get to everybody. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
A couple questions. First, it seems to me that the Wahhabi Sunnis have been behind so much. I mean, they're behind the madrasas in Afghanistan and Pakistan. They were behind 9/11, and they obviously are part of, they're intrinsic to the Saudi Arabian regime, but I don't think a lot of us really believe that they're truly friends, even though they're allies. And now that we don't have the dependence on Saudi oil, doesn't that give us more room to really kind of pull off the veil and get at the real problem? Another point is, I'm not sure we really are good at finding the transnational terrorists, as was just said, because, I mean, ISIS is a transnational terrorist organization, and they were able to take over banks and whole regions of Iraq recently, and they've been very clear, that they're planning on becoming a transnational terrorist organization, and certainly it took us about 10 years to get Osama bin Laden. He was a transnational terrorist. And lastly, to his point, it seems to me that part of the mess, as you pointed out, is the lines that were artificially drawn. It's a very tribal nation, a very tribal area, even within countries, leaders always kind of favor their own tribe. So maybe we need to have a Kurdish state, maybe we need to have a Sunni state, maybe that's ineluctable.
It's important we understand ISIS well. I've been watching these guys hard for a long time. They are an awful, awful group of people. So awful that Al-Qaeda actually kicked them out because they were killing a lot of Muslims. And Al-Qaeda has learned, they've developed a little bit of a sense for PR over time, and they kicked them out. First of all, our intelligence community estimates that there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 10,000 of them total. There's 400,000 people in the Iraqi military, so we just need to sort of put brackets around that in terms of how serious a threat they are. So how did they manage to do, and remember, this is a little bit deceptive. These are vast expanses of completely empty land, but we're really talking about as a strip here. Maliki, and this has to inform our thinking, so badly abused the Sunnis in these areas here through arbitrary detentions, arrests, through the brutality of the Iraqi military, so badly abused the Sunnis here that this awful group of monsters, probably 4,000 or 5,000 of them, walked in and were regarded as liberators from what the situation that Maliki had created. And though we don't know these guys very well, because obviously if we could find them, we'd do something about them, it's not clear that they are like Osama bin Laden. They have this vision of a caliphate. And I asked this question of some guys in the intelligence community last week. They are very bad people, make no mistake. But their vision really is of the creation of a true Islamic state in this area. It is not clear that, like Al-Qaeda does, that they have fundamentally a transnational mission. We just need to bear that in mind. Again, it's a diverse group of very bad people, but we just need to remember who they are as we think about how to deal with them.